MSJ. As a family of 5 living in London, we've had to come up with some pretty good small space living solutions. Once a baby comes along, you've got the toys, the dreaded buggy, and everything else that comes with having a tiny human living in your house. As our family has grown, we've also got the big boys as well. I'm going to give you a very quick house tour focusing on all the stuff that we've bought that's really helped us to just not have a mega cluttered house. I hope you enjoy it. If so, do click subscribe for more vlogs from us. Our family table is very definitely the hub of the home. We used to have a separate kids craft table, but it was just taking up space. So now we use the big table for crafts, for dinners and for work. The kids also sit on a bench rather than having chairs, which means when we have guests over, everyone can just shuffle up and fit on. And we can also push the table right up against the wall if we needed to. This plastic cover isn't the most attractive, but it does mean that the table can be really multi-purpose. It's just £5 from John Lewis, and it still lets us show off our table, which we really love and was from made.com. Loads of people have this IKEA Hemnes range. This was actually in our bedroom, but we moved it downstairs because we realised it was the perfect storage for all of our arts and crafts, which creates tons of space because we don't need anything extra around. Total classic. So pens safely back in. This is what the art and craft cupboard is like. The guys do just grab this out. This is like a plant pot that I got from Tiger with all their pens in it. There's tons of stuff in here for making and decorating, and it all just jumps on the table and goes back in the cupboard when we're ready for dinner. We didn't massively have space for one of those really big high chairs with a tray, so when Freddie was born we got this Brio high chair, which is wooden. It comes in black and red, and it goes right up against the table, and it lasts them right up until they are 6 or 7. Stocker also do the Trip Trap, but we liked this because it is a kind of Swedish brand, and it's lasted us so well for all 3 kids. Again, the plastic cover is a bit of a godsend, but when Evelina is sat here weaning, we also got this little plastic sticky cover that sits on here and has a tray, so most of her mess goes on here, all around here, and all around her face. Side-by-side cots are great for bonding, but they also are teeny tiny and so create a lot of space in your bedroom rather than having the whole cot next to you from the very beginning. Evelina is still in this and she is 6.5 months. We actually really like the style of ours. Ours is the NCT bed nest, and you can just rent it from them, which is what we've done our last 2 babies. It folds totally flat as well, so it can be taken with you. And she just has her little sleepy head of Sweden inside. When you're making room for your side-by-side cot, it always goes on your side of the bed and you lose your bedside table, which is quite annoying because you need tons of stuff in the night. So I've kind of replaced it with this clip-on copper light from IKEA, which was just a few pounds and gives me that low light if I want to do a little bit of reading or something while she's asleep. And then I managed to squeeze the smallest one from one of those table nests just in here. So I've got my book underneath and then a basket which moves around the house with me. This is a really good space saver. It's just got all my essentials in it that I need: water, wipes, nappies, any creams or teething salt you're using, and it just can move around with me and takes up 0 space. If you've got any really small wardrobes, the boys have got quite a small one in their room. We organise their clothes using clothes hangers, so you can buy these anywhere, Argos or anything. They take up no room, you can get tons of clothes in there. And then we bought one of these IKEA bins, and this has got all of their fancy dress in it, which gets tipped out most days, but it's super duper easy at the end of the day for me just to tidy up. Evelina does have her own bedroom. She is not in it yet. It's a fairly good sized room. I absolutely love this vintage nursing chair that we got years and years ago, but I don't have a separate piece of furniture for changing. I just use this over the top cot changer. It's very sturdy and secure and wooden. It just fits on top of there, and if I'm not using it, it just slips right underneath the cot. Our 4th bedroom is up in the loft, and it is our guest room / playroom for the kids. We use it all the time and absolutely love it. And you probably see me vlogging up here quite often to get away from the noise downstairs. If toys are overrunning your living room, like my living room, you can make it feel slightly better by buying yourself a nice basket rather than a toy box. I got this one from Zara Home. It was about £15. And at the end of the day, all the plastic crap just goes in there to come out again a couple of hours later. we live in a really open plan house, which does make the bloody buggy so hard to store, but I do find that having a kind of really nice mat helps with the mess, and it also just makes it look a little bit like there's a zone for the buggy. And remember, having the buggy downstairs has got loads of space advantages. My kids always used it to sleep in during the day instead of a Moses basket. Actually, Freddie, my eldest son, loved it so much that he basically fell asleep in the top of it, and I carried it upstairs and put it next to my bed. Probably not advisable, but whatever works. Thanks so much for watching. I hope you found some tips useful in the vlog. If so, give it a thumbs up. Ask me anything about where any of the other bits and bobs are from, or if you've got any storage solutions of your own, I would love to hear them. And I will see you all very soon in our next vlog. Bye guys.